folks, welcome back to the Bobby Bo Show. I did not want to share this game with you, but here's the moves it starts with. To be honest, I played a great game, but something tragic happened, and that made me feel pretty embarrassed and emotionally distraught. But I wanted to be completely honest with you guys and let you know that I don't actually win every single game. So I hope you can still enjoy this game, and if you stick around to the end, there's a bonus game for you. And if we get 2,000 likes, there'll be another bonus game in the next video, so smash the like button. But let's just get right into the game. They play e5, and this was first played 127 years ago, but everyone's known about it since Vidmar beat Rubinstein in 1918. So I'm just going to take the pawn, and after they play knight to g4, I'm going to play bishop to f4 to defend the pawn. Now they play bishop to b4 check, and I should play knight to d2 to block the check, but I play knight to c3. And now they could double up my pawns if they want to, but they play knight to c6, adding another attacker to the pawn, and I defend it with knight to f3, developing my knight, and queen to e7 adds another attacker to the pawn. I go queen to b3, because if they start trading down here, I can take their bishop, and if they take my knight, then I can take back with my queen, and my queen defends the pawn. So they move their bishop back to c5, and now they have two attackers on the f2 pawn, but that's not a good move. Engine says it's +3. What would you play here? You can play knight to d5, you can play bishop to g3, but the best move is e3. And after their knight captures on e5, I have knight to d5. But first I captured back with my knight, and after they took back, then I played knight to d5, and I'm still winning, +3 according to the engine, and they play queen to d6. And now I have a threat of forking the king and the rook, and this knight is pinned to the queen, and the queen's also the only defender of this bishop here, so this queen's doing way too much work here. I castle queenside, and now my rook is lined up with the queen. And I haven't taken any material yet, but the engine knows what's about to happen. They castle, and now the crushing queen to c3, adding another attacker to the knight, and now my b pawn can move forward, and look what happens if I play b4, attacking the bishop, pawn defended by the queen and the knight, and after the bishop goes back, I'm going to fork the queen and the bishop. And right now they're about to lose their knight, so they have to react to that, and they play f6 to defend the knight, also opening up the diagonal on their king side. That's a big weakness. But now just b4, and they're going to lose a piece. They play queen to a6, and they're threatening this pawn here, but it's not really a big deal. My queen's defending the back line here, and there's not much of a threat if the queen does this. And now I can play knight captures c7, forking the queen and the rook, and their bishop's under attack. So I'm about to win a piece. And I decide first I want to take their knight, because when we simplify, it's easier to end the game. After they take back with their pawn, I play knight captures c7, forking the queen and the rook. And if queen captures a2, then I'm just going to play d2, and the queen's going to have to go back, and then I'm going to take their rook, while their bishop is still under attack. So they go queen to b6, hitting this pawn twice, and I just take the rook. Also attacking the queen now, so they take the pawn with their queen, and then we trade queens, and I like that because it's simplifying into an endgame, and I'm up a rook. But now their rook is attacking my f-pawn, and there's no way to defend it, so I have to move it up. I play f3, they play e4, and I don't want to take and let them bring their rook down to activate their rook, so I'm just going to bring my bishop out to e2, defend the pawn, and try to finish development. Now they play d5, trying to get their light square bishop out, but that's just a free pawn for me. Now after bishop to f5, my knight's under attack by the rook, so I have to play knight to c7. And this should be a completely winning game. And it is. And there's no problems. But after bishop to a3 check, I start to panic. Because if I go on a light square, then they take my pawn with check, and then they take my bishop, and then my rook's under attack, and they're about to get a queen. So I start panicking. I go to d2. But now they have bishop to b4 check. And I still can't step on a light square, and I can't go back here. So I think my only option is to go back to c1. And now they check me again. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, they got me. I either have to repeat moves or step into a losing square. But it's not losing if I step onto c2. It's totally fine. They can take, and then I can go to b3, and then they can take my bishop. And then I just take their bishop. And then if they take my rook, I take back with my rook. And then I have a passed pawn, two passed pawns going down the board connected, and my pieces are behind them. So it's completely winning. And I just panicked. I got so nervous. I thought, oh my gosh, I crushed them, and then they just whipped out the engine and found the only way to beat me. I reported them for cheating. I'm so bad. I just repeated moves and then took the draw. And then when I saw the evaluation, I felt like an idiot. Has this ever happened to you guys? Have you ever resigned a winning game? I feel like an idiot. Even though I seem perfect, I do make a couple mistakes sometimes. But I will show you a perfect game now. It's time for bonus game. And here's the moves it starts with. It's a queen's gambit accepted. They took the pawn, and now I play knight to c3 as usual. And I'm about to take a strong center and get the pawn back. They play the typical knight to f6. And now I play e4, having both my pawns in the center and about to take the pawn back. e6, and now bishop captures c4. Bishop to e7, developing their bishop and getting ready to castle. Now I play knight to f3, developing my other knight and getting ready to castle. They play knight to c6, developing their other knight. I play a3, stopping their knight from coming forward, and their bishop from coming forward too. And now they castle. I decide to castle too, and they play a6, getting ready to thrust forward with b5 to attack my bishop, and maybe Ficardo their bishop. I play bishop to f4, hitting the c7 pawn, which is a weakness in this position, and getting ready to bring my rook over to the c file, which is open. Now b5 attacks my bishop, and if I go back to here, they take my pawn, so back to a2. Staying on the diagonal with the king for now, even though it's currently blocked off. Now bishop to b7. queen to d2, and this gets ready to double my rooks, and now I'm ready to put the rook behind my queen and push down the board. And I think they wanted to open up their bishop here to attack the pawn, and they play knight to a5, but that is not recommended because now I can play e5, attacking the knight here, and they made the big mistake of going knight to d5. And how do you win now? Find the winning move quick. I'll give you a couple seconds. Make sure you're subscribed. And you should notice that this knight is not defended by any pieces right now. And if this knight was not in the way, this queen would be attacking it. So after I play knight captures d5, now the knight's under attack. And I just took one of their pieces, so they have to take back. And now I can take the knight. But first I'll just take their bishop, because why not? We want to simplify into a winning endgame. And after queen takes back, now I take their knight, and I'm up a piece. Also attacking the pawn now, so they play c5. And if I take here, we trade pawns, but they have a good bishop now and a good diagonal with my king, so I don't really want that. I'm just going to play rook to d1, and when I take the pawn, then their queen will be under attack. So this is a little bit better. And now I can double my rooks up or bring the other rook over. And instead of making another move, they disconnect and I wait a few minutes and then get the automatic win because they abandoned the game. And that's the bonus game, folks. Just a quick and easy win against a 1500, showing you guys how to do it. Make sure you try out the Queen's Gambit if you want to crush those 1600, 1500 players, guys. Thanks for watching the Bobby Bow Show. Smash the like button if you enjoyed the commentary videos. Thanks for watching. I hope you have an excellent rest of your day.